gonna turn it up and then I'm gonna take it.
Welcome to the Turn It Up podcast, sister. This is your go-to playlist for turning down your inner critic and all of the outside noise and turning up your self-confidence. Look, I'm Daniela Rose. I'm your host and hype woman, and I'm on a personal mission to live in a world where every single woman and girl looks in the mirror and love who she sees. So I'm here to bring you weekly playlists with actionable tips and inspiring stories from powerhouse women to help you live the life that you love in a body that you truly appreciate. So if you're ready to laugh, learn, and totally let go of what's holding you back and get real about unleashing the powerhouse, confident version of you that's already inside of you, then go ahead and turn it up. Let's go. Turn Up Squad, what's up? Let's go. I have another playlist for you today, coming in hot with an activity that you can do to help you and the girls in your life like really figure out how to stand in your power. Because hold on. I'm going to get ahead of myself here. I get so excited. I'm so happy that you're here, okay? I just need you to know that. I'm so happy that you're here. Like, let's have a little dance party, like snaps for each other. I'm proud of you for showing up again, and I'm proud of myself for showing up again. Okay, so on today's playlist, we are chatting about one way that you can stand more firm so the voices and opinions of others are less likely to break you, shrink you, or push you over. Does that feel good? So quick volume boost before we get into the nitty-gritty of the episode today, which I'll keep short, sweet, and to the point. Volume boost of the day. Listen, the girls in your life will not remember the number on your scale or the size of your jeans, but here's what they will remember. They will remember how you showed up for them. They will remember how much energy you came with, how much joy you had, how much vibrancy that you had in your life. They'll remember the moments with you. They will not care about how you look, what size your clothes are, how much weight you've lost. They do not care. So I'm asking you today, turn up the volume on this one, that you stay focused on what's actually important in life. We only got one. Stay focused. All right. Let's jump in. The one activity that I'm obsessed with right now that I share when I go speak to young girls or I speak to adults, anywhere I go and speak, I share this activity with them because it's so powerful, and I know that it would be powerful for you to utilize in your life. And if you are coming to the self-love soiree that myself and my co-founder of the Pretty Powerful Girl program put on together every single February, we do a self-love soiree where it's moms and girls come and we do activities, we have presenters, we do so many fun things. There's tears, happy tears, and just so much goodness to build that connection with moms and girls. It's just absolutely powerful. So if you'd love to be involved in that or you're interested, like hit me up. Anyways, that wasn't the point of this. The point, what I was sharing with you is that we're going to be doing this sort of activity with them. And so I'd love to have you there, but I'll give you a little snippet that you can practice and do at home that could help you, especially when your daughter, if you have a daughter, if she comes home and is feeling in a funk, someone said something to her, or really just preparing her. And same for adults. I love when people ask me what age range certain, like when I speak, like what the age range is, or when we have events, what the age range is. And I'm like, listen, homegirl, the girl that is 7 years old who is struggling with her confidence is the same as the 77-year-old who is struggling with her confidence. There is literally no difference. Like there might be a little difference because 77-year-old has experienced a little bit more of life. But when I've worked with women across different age ranges and girls across different age ranges, they say the same things. They feel the same things. They have similar experiences. And so this is true. So that's why I always say, like, do this for yourself and or with your girl, because we all need the same thing. I do this for myself. This is how I stand in my power. And I am not a 10-year-old girl. So, okay, listen. Here's the thing. There's a psychologist named Cuddy, Dr. Amy Cuddy, who coined the phrase power pose, okay? And you might have seen it or experienced it or heard people talk about it. It's literally just standing with your hands on your hips, right? And just standing very, you have good posture. You're standing very tall, very firm. And this is your power pose because as a psychologist, she shares how our posture, our presentation, how we are in our bodies changes everything for us. It has such a big impact on how we view ourselves and how we feel about ourselves, and also how other people view us and feel about us as well. So if we want more confidence, we have to check our body language, right? And so I talk a lot about power, standing in your power. What does that mean? I hear people, okay, listen, I'm just going to go off the side. I hear that people say that all the time. Stand in your power, your personal power, stand in your power. Like, what do you mean? What does that mean? I do not appreciate it when people tell you things like that and then they don't give you a solution. Like, well, how do you do that? Because it sounds cute, it sounds fun, but how? So as I was thinking about this, because I've also been guilty of telling people this, like telling girls and telling women, like, stand in your power, be more powerful, be more confident, right? And I do give tips and strategies for being more confident and feeling more powerful. But when I said stand in your power, I kept thinking, what does that mean? And then it hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was like, this is it. This is what it means to stand in your power. And so I share this with, again, anytime I speak to any group. And so here's what it is, right? I always share, I have a power method. I'm not going to go into all of that, but I want you to think about your values, right? What is important to you? I want you to think about your strengths, right? Are you really great at reading or writing? Are you really great at being a friend? Are you really a really great listener? Are you really great at giving advice? Are you really, like, what are you really, really good at? And what are your passions? What do you love doing? Is it traveling? Is it watching sports? Is it hanging out with girlfriends? Is it being creative? Is it crafting? What is it that you are so passionate about, right? I want you to think about the things that make you unique. What are things about you that are just different from most people? That sometimes, maybe even growing up, you were like, oh my gosh, everybody makes fun of me for this, or I don't want anyone to find out about this because they might make fun of me, or they might think I'm weird, whatever, right? What are those things? I remember I would hide my flute. So I played the flute from 6th grade all through high school. And I'm so mad at myself for stopping. I do still randomly play now. But I would take my flute and I would hide it in my book bag because it was nerdy to be in the band. But I was in band because I was really good and I really liked it. And it was a lot of fun. But I hid that part of me because, again, teenagers can be mean. And so I didn't want to get made fun of all the time. So I hid my flute when I would go to school. So what are the things, though, that make you unique, that make you you? What are the, like, just everything about you essentially is what I'm getting at. The unique qualities, the simple things about you that make you you. Your heart, your passions, your smile, your quirky habits, the things you love to do, all of those things, right? All of those things make you you. So, if we're going to stand in our power, we have to take those things. So I'd encourage you to write them down. And especially if you're sharing this with another person, especially a young kid, write them down. Have 2 of them, 2 pieces of paper, and put them on the ground. And then firmly step 1 foot after the other on top of them. Hit your power pose, hands on hip, chest up, proud. And you are literally standing in your power because your power comes from who you are. And so all of your values, all of your strengths, all of your beliefs, your unique qualities, the things that make you you are literally underneath your feet and you are standing in them, standing in your power. And what happens when you're in your power? You're standing strong. When someone comes by and says something mean, when someone tries to push you a little bit further and you're like, if you try one more time, right? When those things start to happen, the world changes, life happens. Life is always going to happen. It's always going to happen. But when we are planted firmly in the things that are important to us, without the outside words from other humans and beliefs and values and their stuff, that's theirs, not mine. I stand in my power. I am literally standing in my power. And when that is, and when that someone comes over here and says, oh, you should really look this way. Oh, you should really get married sooner. Oh, you should really have a kid sooner. You should really do this and you should do that and blah, 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 blah. And then it starts, again, that playlist. It goes around and around in our head. And we're like, oh my gosh, why can I not love myself? Why can I not make choices that are right for me and ignore everybody else? It's because we're not standing in our power. So when you have those words literally underneath your feet, you are standing firmly in your power. It's harder to knock you down. It's harder to make you crumble. And then what happens when you start to see someone else? Little Susie Q over there on Instagram has a prettier, bigger, more beautiful house than you have. That person who started the business at the same time as you is now making $1 million and you're still struggling to make 6 figures. The person, right, like all of the things where we look at people and we're like, oh my gosh, how does she look that way? Or how is she achieving that thing? Or how is she doing that? I wish I could be more like her. And we get those thoughts. What do? We pick up one foot. We pick up our foot off of the things that are making us powerful, and we try to tap into Susie Q's little list over there. What am I going to do if I lift up my foot and I reach my leg as far as I can to get over to Susie Q's stuff? I'm going to wobble. I might even fall. I might shake. And then all those values and beliefs and everything that made me me, that are important to me, start to slide away. As I'm trying to be more and stand in the power of someone else, I lose who I am. I am losing my power, literally. So I bring my foot back, and now I'm back to standing in my power. Now imagine if all of us, as women and girls, we linked arms, and we all are standing right there in our power. All of the words are underneath all of our feet. Let's say there's 1,000 people here in this room right now. Imagine it. You're standing oh my gosh, like you're just standing in a room full of 1,000 women who are committed to standing in their power. And we're all literally standing on these words that make us uniquely us. And we're standing in our power. How beautiful is that? Now, what happens when I lift up my foot? I start getting a little wobbly, right? I might start to fall. Now I push over Susie Q. Now is standing. I don't know if you're Susie Q. I think you're wonderful. I don't know why I keep using Susie Q. But if you're Susie Q is on my side now, and we're linking arms because we've committed that we are going to all stand in our power. And now I'm leaning into her. What am I going to do? It's going to be a domino effect, and we're all going to start falling and falling and falling, because when we don't stand in our own power and we're trying to reach someone else's power, or we start doubting ourselves in this room full of 1,000 incredible humans, we start leaning and we start falling, and then it's a ripple effect of everyone else starts to get a little bit more uncomfortable. Because when we lose our confidence, when we lose our sense of self, when we lose our power, we are no longer encouraging and are a great example of how to stand in your power. So then the people around us then start to struggle as well. So how can we all be better humans? How can we all support and encourage one another? How can we create a more powerful sisterhood with girls and women? Is that we all encourage each other. Hey, you stay in your power, right? Don't try to be like me. I won't try to be like you, because I know that the only way that I can stay firm and I can stay on my feet and not fall over and not break and not bend is if I stand in what makes me me. And you stand in what makes you you. So I'm going to do a quick tempo check here. Have you ever experienced not feeling completely in your power? Have you ever had that moment where you literally maybe you are surrounded by lots of incredible humans and you're like, I don't belong here. I'm not good enough for this. I'm not smart enough, pretty enough, bold enough, brave enough for this. Or maybe you do see Susie Q on Instagram and you're like, wow, she's really good at making those videos. Why do I even try? I look like a hot mess over here. I should just give up. Have you ever experienced not feeling in your power? And if you have, I want to ask you, how does this new strategy, how does this new activity of visualizing the things that make you you and are important to you underneath your feet and you're standing firmly in them, how does that make you feel? Does it make you stand up a little taller? Does it make you feel a little bit more confident? Does it just serve as a great reminder that you just need to be you? And do you think that this type of message and activity could really support the girls in your life to remember to stand in their power and let other girls stand in their power? So I want to end with this. I want to give you a quick power up tip when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, okay? I want you to look in your eyes and see who you are. Right? What I talked about today was nothing about how you looked. Even if you said, sure, I love my smile. Sure, write that down. Cool, whatever. But it wasn't about how you looked. It was everything that made you you. Everything that was unique and special about you. But so much of our time and our energy is spent on looking at how we appear to ourselves and to others. So I want you, next time you go up to a mirror, you're brushing your teeth tonight, or you're picking out your outfit to go out to dinner, when you look at yourself in the mirror, I want you to get close and look into your eyes. And I want you to see who you are, not what you look like. And again, if you're a mom listening to this and you have daughters at home, teach them this power method, please. All right, quick playlist picks before I jump off of here and we wrap this up. 75 Day Healthy, I'm biased because I wrote it, but it is a program that I'm doing right now for myself and with a few women in my life, and we're doing the 75 Day Healthy Challenge. And so this is one of my favorite playlists because every day is a motivational message. It's about creating health in our lives. It's about making it sustainable for the long term and not a quick fix. It's about moving our bodies and taking care of our bodies and focusing on health, not weight loss. And so that's one of my favorite picks right now. If you're interested, I'll drop that in the show notes. One of the lyrics that I keep repeating in my head over and over and over again, and oh my gosh, before I should have come on, I should have checked, I'll put it in the show notes, the person who sings the song, but the lyric is, "You are beautiful, why you trippin' girl?" And so she repeats that over and over again. And I just love it so much. It's in my brain over and over again. So I just love it so much. And another book, just to throw out another one that's not written by me, is Radical Confidence by Lisa Bilyeu. I just read that a couple months ago. Really enjoyed that. It's a fun read. So if you're looking for another book about confidence, that would be it. And so, sister, with that, we are wrapping it up. I can't wait to share the next playlist with you on the next episode. So keep turning it up. Keep stepping and standing into your power. Now go turn it up. Let's go.